Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/PettyRevenge. In today's episode, I started trolling the local tow company after I realized they were camping near expirations. Try taking my hearing aid, get arrested. Loud neighbor keeps being loud, so I informed her last rental of her new address. Coworker hurt me on purpose, so I ruined 2 days of his life. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. I started trolling the local tow company after I realized they were camping near expirations. My friend's apartment requires online registration for 24-hour parking passes, and sometimes that means arriving at 3 or so in the morning and having to renew within 10 minutes at 3 a.m. the next night to keep it going, since it's impossible to renew in advance. At first I thought it would be inconsequential if I was a few minutes behind, so my alarm went off and got dressed and used the restroom, but by the time I got out to my car to replace the code in the window, hardly 15 minutes had passed and my car was already gone. I thought I'd just been unlucky until it happened again a couple weeks later. I just couldn't get over the fact that somebody could be so hawkish towards residents' guests, especially in such a low-income area, and at this point I'd paid almost $700 of my measly $841 monthly income in tow fees, which put me in a pretty dire and desperate situation over what should have been a routine and straightforward visit with a friend. That kind of thing just shouldn't happen, you know? I shouldn't have to be so stressed and vigilant to avoid a devastating financial loss every time I want to hang out with my friend. So the next night I waited for them to show up to tow my car just to start it up and give them the middle finger when they showed up 2 minutes later, and even when I'm not in town I've been registering to park there at hours just to bait them into showing up to find nothing there when it expires. I'll continue to do so until I'm satisfied. A comment on their BBB page complained about their antics, that they stalk around low-income apartments and swoop in to pick up rides when it's less likely that people are awake to renew, and complained that they couldn't make rent that month because of it. The address registered for the business was a beautiful 2-story home. I hope he enjoys the hell out of it. I hope it's worth the pain he's caused. Try taking my hearing aid, get arrested. So this happens just last year and I just needed to tell people. So I'm in my freshman year and I go to a pretty good public high school. So we were taking our end of first semester exam, and during this, our teacher had a family emergency and had to leave. I was sitting in the classroom when the sub came in and everything was going to well until this sub noticed my hearing aid. I noticed that he was walking towards me but thought nothing of it, but this dude literally grabbed my hearing aid and yanked it out of my ear. My hearing aid is one that has a small plastic tub going into the ear canal. I only have one due to a surgery to fix my hearing loss. He starts yelling at me. I had no clue what he was saying because I have really bad hearing loss and my ears were also hurting. He noticed that I was not listening to him, so he tries to hit me, but that's when about 3 of my classmates tried to get him away from me. 2 other people grab my hearing aid that are known on the floor and grab my arm, and they take me to a classroom 3 doors down and they just barge in with me crying. I have some past issues that I don't want to mention. I did hear what they said, but all I know is that the teacher got on the phone and one of them was helping me get my hearing aid back in. They ended up taking me to the office where we were put into a room with couches. I was never told what happens in the classroom, but I do know is that this sub ended up with a black eye and a broken tooth. The next time I saw this sub was when my big brother picked me up in his patrol car and he was in the back of a police car. I do not know what charges were pressed, but I do know he lost his teaching license. I was told by the principal that he should lose it due to touching a student, and I heard rumors that he was put in jail. I was fine in the end of the day and I got exempted from the exam. I ended up becoming friend with the people who helped me, and there ended up being a teacher meeting or something explaining how to treat someone who has a disability and how to help. I still don't know the reason why he grabbed my hearing aids instead of just asking me to take them out, and I would have explained that I'm deaf and need them to hear. I don't really want to know the reason and I don't want to see him ever again. I'm sorry for the bad grammar and I don't care. So for all the people who commented I have bad grammar, I don't care, and I know I have bad grammar. Loud neighbor keeps being loud, so I informed her last rental of her new address. I live in a duplex and we share a wall. The neighbor that moved in is constantly screaming and berating her kids every single day at the top of her lungs. My dad went over to talk to her about it and she apologized to him. I messaged our property management about insulating the walls, due to the noise, since they were already planning to do the attic, and I guess they told her. This pissed her off, so now she's being loud on purpose. The walls are super thin, so I heard her entire conversation with the property manager calling my dad all kinds of names and then hanging up to tell her cousin what she was going to do in retaliation. Here's the revenge. She obviously doesn't understand how thin the walls are or doesn't care. I heard her yelling on the phone with a former property management place and she apparently caused some damage to the tune of $1,000. She blocked their number, but from the conversation I was able to look up their contact information and sent them the necessary info to follow up with her in case they need to file a suit. Good luck paying your rent. She already complains about money and no one helping her out. I wonder why. Coworker hurt me on purpose so I ruined 2 days of his life. Years ago when I was first getting into my career, arborist, one of my coworkers was climbing while I was doing the groundwork. There's always a bit of banter at jobs like this and I was talking sh*t and he apparently took personal offense at what I said, and I honestly don't remember what was said. But so while he was in the tree he cut a 4-inch section of an about 3-inch diameter limb and waited until I was directly below him and dropped it so it landed on my wrist, which is incredibly painful, nothing broken but it seriously hurt for the rest of the day. So when I got home, I created a Craigslist ad for 12 free kittens. Put his phone number on the ad, but no names or anything. Coworker endured 2 whole days of absolutely relentless calls to his cell phone from interested parties. To the point he contacted Craigslist himself to get the ad taken down. Best part is he legit thought his own cousin did it, and never once suspected me. Years later, I think about a year ago now, August 2022 currently, so a few months ago, I finally came clean. Not anything outrageous, but every time I think about it I crack up, just thinking about him answering the first few calls thinking what the actual F is going on. And then, by the 1000th call just being like make it stop. Ha 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 ha. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share and we will see you in the next video.